This pork slider hack is perfect for a fun night with the fam or your next event. Super simple and delicious. Let's get into it. What's up everybody, James with JB Sous Vide, and I'm so glad you're back. If this is your first time checking out the channel, we are dedicated to bringing you high quality sous vide cooking that you can do in your own home. If that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, hit that subscribe button down below and make sure you click that bell so you get notified every time we drop a new video. I'm showing you one of my favorite ways to do sliders, but not just any sliders. Today we're doing some pork Cubano style sliders. This method is super simple, it's fun, you can get the whole family involved, and also it's very easy to batch cook this and make sure you have a lot for your next big event. The only thing that we're really going to need to cook is that pork butt, and of course we're going to do it sous vide. Let's get into it. I'm starting out with about 5 pounds of pork butt. I'm going to cut them into 1-inch large sections. They don't have to be perfect. I'll cut those sections in half and continue with the rest the same way. We should have nice big chunks of pork, and we're going to salt them generously on both sides. After they're done and salted, we're just going to set them aside and let them absorb while we get the rest of the bag contents prepped. We'll take the zest of 1 orange. We'll squeeze the juice of 3 oranges. I'd recommend some sort of juicer. Takes a little bit by hand. I'll roughly dice a white onion. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Time to bag everything up. We'll put half our pork in one bag, half the white onion, half a cinnamon stick, and half your juice and zest. We'll toss to coat everything, and we'll spread it into one even layer. And of course you're going to do the same for the rest of the pork. Don't try and shove it all in one bag. We'll take it over the bath and place our pork in. For long cooks, you're definitely going to want a lid, or at least something to put on top of your container to help stave off the evaporation. All right, now let's talk about time and temp for this pork. There's 2 ways you can go with these sliders, sliced or shredded. This time I chose shredded. If you want that, follow this time and temperature. But if you want sliced, what I would do is I'd drop the temperature to about 145 and go for between 24 to 36 hours. After that, you can put it in the fridge, let it chill, let it stiffen up a little bit, and then you could slice off individual pieces. You could also sear those individual pieces and get them nice and crispy to put on that slider. But anyway, we're going shredded today. And you might be asking, well, how are we going to get those crispy bits? Well, let me show you. We'll dump our finished pork onto a baking sheet. Give you a little peek at what we're working with. Crazy juicy, and this smells amazing. We'll just work to shred it with our hands. I've got a smaller sheet here and I'm just going to move over enough for 1 batch of sliders. I'll spread it out so we can get the maximum crisp level because this is going to go under the broiler. We'll add our favorite rub. I'm using some Meat Church Honey Hog. Amazing on pork. If you want to pick some up, there's going to be a link down below. And like I said before, we're going to pop this under the broiler for 5 to 10 minutes or until it's at your desired level of crisp. Now that our pork's taken care of, we're going to make a quick condiment. Just going to be equal parts yellow mustard and mayo here. Trust me, this is simple but delicious. Next, we'll make a little garlic butter to top the sliders with. This is also going to help us with pressing the top of the buns. All it is about 4 tablespoons of melted butter and 1 tablespoon each of garlic and parsley. Alright, everything is ready. It's time to start building our sliders. For buns, I chose sweet Hawaiian sliders. Feel free to choose whatever you like or whatever's available, but just remember, keep them as a single unit. It really helps just building those layers. Let's get into finishing this up. We'll take our sweet Hawaiian rolls and cut them in half. We'll carefully remove the top, and we'll spoon on our condiment. We'll layer on some deli ham, and some ginormous sandwich pickles, 1 for every slider. We'll bring in our crisp pork, and we'll layer that on top. We'll be generous here, no need to be stingy. Now for a Swiss cheese layer. And we add back the top layer of the buns. We'll spoon on our garlic butter, and we'll spread it out and make sure it gets everywhere. This is going to go into the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes, just to get everything melty and combined. To give it that extra pressed Cubano feel, I had a cast iron pan that I preheated with the oven. I laid that on top for about 5 minutes. And now they're out of the oven, so let's cut them on up. I can't wait to dig into these. I'm so excited. All right, y'all, let's see how we did. These are looking killer. I'm pretty excited. Look at that. Perfect layers, that pickle there. I'm pretty excited. That's Cubano. Oh my God, the delicious layers there. You really taste that pork. That's really what you want. I mean, it's got all the layers of the Cubano. You know, you got that ham, the pork, the pickle. The pickle's so important. It gives that acidity to it. Let's try a little bit with that mustard sauce. There we go. It's the perfect compliment. It really is. That pork just comes forward. Love it. Yeah, if you haven't tried this before, definitely do it. This is perfect for those game days or, you know, those times when you're trying to feed a lot of people. It's a really neat trick. Now, one thing I would recommend is maybe don't put the mustard on the both sides of the bread. Maybe just one side, maybe the top side. The bottom did kind of get a little soggy. I mean, as you can tell, it's still one cohesive layer. But, I mean, just kind of nitpicky. Other than that, really love the press idea, you know, on top with the cast iron. Definitely do that. Really, all it takes is, you know, 5 to 10 minutes with that on top. Then you can just let it keep cooking. But hey, if you got something out of that video, go give it a like down below. Hit that subscribe button and go watch some of the other videos we got on the channel for you. I'll catch you on the next one.